president could do in the realm of the executive action to address this problem with the Postal Service to ensure that they've got sufficient funding? Is there anything that he could do to sort of fill the gap?
So the post office does have sufficient funding through 2021, and they do currently have cash on hand. They've been given that $10 billion line of credit through the CARES Act, so that's important to note. And look, we're looking at the post office funding to do with Speaker Pelosi, but that must also include money for our hardworking Americans as well. And the president, just to underscore this, mentioned yesterday that he wants to protect postal workers. These are great, hardworking Americans, and he wants to make the post office solvent and to protect those post office jobs. And he mentioned Amazon needing to raise the price of packages for Amazon as a way to help the solvency with the post office.
Just follow up. So, with the recent agreement between Israel and the United Arab Emirates, there is great interest on the part of the Emiratis to purchase F-35s. What is the president's position on selling those high-end aircraft to the Emiratis at this point, and would that require congressional changes to remove the qualitative military edge that is guaranteed to Israel at this moment?
So we don't confirm or comment on proposed defense sales or transfers until they're formally notified to Congress. To circle back on your first point, too, about post office funding, I did want to highlight a piece that was written by Ruth Goldway, who's a retired chairwoman and commissioner of the U.S. Postal Regulatory Commission. I believe it was in the New York Times. And she said, quote, that the post office has access to about $25 billion in cash. Its own forecasts predict that it will have enough money to operate into 2021. So this notion that there's this emergency for which Nancy Pelosi needs to rush back to Capitol Hill to solve is a farce. It is false. The real thing that's happening here is Nancy Pelosi is feeling pressure from her members, from her constituents, because she's not delivered relief for the American people, and President Trump has.
Yes, Paula. Thank you.